Hello and welcome to I Am Geek. This is episode 264. My name's Ryan. I'm joined by my good pal Catron. And Chris is out at sea. He's in the ocean somewhere.
Oh, we don't know where?
No, I don't know. Somewhere in the Caribbean, I think. I think they were on Castaway
on
Key
purpose. Okay.
Oh,
Castaway K.
Is it K or Key? I never know.
It's spelled K, but everybody says Key. Like even the Disney travel agents say Key.
Well, maybe it's
they need to change it.
They need to fix that, Disney.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyways, he's on the Wish, taking their makeup trip from when they had COVID on the Wish, which is hilarious. They got not that COVID's hilarious, but it's hilarious because they were on the cruise and got COVID, or were on the cruise and they found out they had COVID. As soon as they leave for this cruise, they are fine, but my wife finds out she has COVID.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the Disney Wish's fault. Coming for my whole family. And we don't know. We're all I'm like sleeping in my Star Wars room. So hopefully I don't get it. And yeah.
I didn't tell you this yet. So this is breaking news on the air. I don't have COVID.
Oh, okay.
But my wife and I will be planning our 20th anniversary trip.
Where are we going?
And for 2025. So we have time to save money. And she said, maybe we should go on a cruise.
Oh,
and I said that before. So we may be going on the Wish or something. Wonder or Dream or Fantasy or something. So I'm excited. And I said, I think we'll have to take Charlie with us, though, our son, because I'd hate for him to miss it because it'd probably be the only time we'd ever go.
He's old enough to stay at home by himself.
If they have the deal that they have right now, though, too, he would be able to go free, right? The Disney Plus, if you have Disney Plus, you can take a third person. I'm like, how does that
You can just put him in the kids area for the whole trip.
That's what I said. Like, he'd love it. Probably not, but yeah.
Like, don't even let him come back to the room. Just say, like, you're staying in the kids area.
You can find somewhere to sleep. It'll be okay.
Sleep in the slide. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think Chris is having fun, which is funny. Chris is on the Disney Wish. Yeah. And then the same day that he's getting on the Wish, I saw a Facebook post from a friend of the show.
Yeah.
David Dollar, Main Street Electrical Podcast, posted, I'm about to get on the Wish for the week. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my brother's getting on the Wish for the week. And then they ran into each other. And I'm like, you should do a podcast at sea. But I don't think they did. David Dollar ran a 5K today on Castaway.
Oh. Whatever.
Okay. And I was like, was Chris with you? Because Chris doesn't run. So, like, maybe to the bathroom. But that's about it.
Yep. Oh, well. They mostly like to watch movies in the room and hang out in the veranda. So
what's the difference between going when they have COVID and when they don't?
Well, the difference this time is when they had COVID, they had people bringing food to them, and they were given all these things. But this time they've got to go get the food themselves. That's but I'm sure they got out and explored this time.
We're having a good time. No problem. So so he's on a cruise now. You may be going on a cruise in 2025. If I'm Geek is still around then we'll do it. I'm sure we'll do a show on it.
That's right.
And I may be going on a cruise.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that.
Another place.
Another kind of cruise. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
I will find out tomorrow for sure.
Nice.
And then we could talk about it.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Next week's show.
That's a good idea.
So just put your guesses in the comments. Woo.
It's hard to get. Oh, hard to guess.
I'm going on a river cruise down the old Mississippi. Yep. That's what's happening. Or maybe, I don't know what other rivers. What other rivers would have a cruise going down them?
Oh, any kind of river, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee River Cruise. Or the Rio de Janeiro or Rio Grande, whatever it is. Well, it's Rio's river, right?
On the Rio de Janeiro cruise. Oh man. Mine's going to be interesting if it happens. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so.
We shall see. You hope it's going to be interesting, or you hope it happens?
I hope it happens for you.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah,
maybe if Chris will let me.
I'm sure he will.
Because he'll probably be back. Maybe
we'll talk about his trip.
Yeah,
and then you could refer to your cruise as well.
Okay. Actually, I'm just going to hang out with Tom Cruise.
Oh, that
cruise. Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
just a guy I met.
A different guy named Tom Cruise. Got it. He's a little bit taller.
Oh yeah, way taller. Like he's like 6 feet, and Tom Cruise is like 4 feet.
4 or 5. Yeah.
We're goofballs tonight. All right, so here we go. Big Disney announcements this week.
Ooh, man.
They had their earnings call, which is like, this is what's happening. Give us your money type for investors, pretty much. Which, if you think about it, they could say whatever they want to say to get investors, right? They could be we're going to open a 5th park at Walt Disney World. We're not going to tell you
Villain's Land.
You know that land beyond
the mountain.
Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
They haven't said one more word about that.
No.
I think that was just all. Let's throw something out there.
You never know. They could still do it.
Now, this is not that news, but news before that.
No.
Pecos Bill.
Yes.
I heard. Maybe going away.
Well, changing, right?
Well, the building will still be there in some form, but it won't be Pecos Bill's anymore.
Potentially a Tiana's restaurant, right?
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can.
It's going to be weird.
It has good food.
As long as they don't like completely get rid of Frontierland.
Yes, right. That was my biggest thing. Is like, does it really fit there? But I guess it is closest to Big Thunder, Splash Mountain, right there, right?
Yeah.
But it's still you're walking in the Frontierland there. That's Frontierland, which it's already going to be weird because Tiana's is not Frontierland. So it does feel like they could be changing things a little bit. So maybe. I
mean, the good thing if they do, beignets.
Yeah. You can never have enough beignets. That's true.
Just imagine you can get a beignet and then walk around the corner and get a Dole Whip, and then have a beignet and a Dole Whip.
Oh, could you have Dole Whip on a beignet?
Oh, I would certainly hope so.
Wow, the possibilities here
are endless.
At least between 2 different desserts. Yeah,
that would probably be the only thing I would eat there, because I would assume it would be like gumbo and stuff. And I don't really eat that, and seafood like stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't eat that, so
that'd be tricky to do. I mean, I think it's still going to be. It's not going to be Tex-Mex or whatever you call Pecos Bills.
It would be New Orleans type food.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you're talking about rice and beans, which is kind of what Pecos Bills had, but and there'll probably be a hamburger, so they'll have stuff there. Maybe some gator tail or something.
Maybe some like king cake. That'd be good, or like a
king cake donut.
King cake milkshake. I'm calling it now. That's what they're going to have.
That's it.
I don't know. And beignets.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because they have beignets in Disneyland. They're excellent. Yeah. And they have beignets at the French Quarter. So hopefully they'll be right there and get a beignet and then ride down the water side. Whatever it's called. I forget what it's going to be called.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yes. I'm sure it's going to be good. As long,
it'll be fun.
It's just weird. They've made some cutbacks, and it's not going to be as done as well as it was going to be. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So the earning calls today, they announced. We'll start with the worst. 7,000 layoffs.
7,000. But we don't know where. That's movies. That's television. That's animation. That's like all these departments. We're guessing could be parks. Yeah,
maybe they're going to sort of like the grocery stores and Walmart and Target, and they're just going to get rid of all the cashiers.
Yeah,
and just check out yourself.
I mean,
They've already started
that's
doing
what they're
that.
trying to do. Yeah, with the mobile ordering, essentially. I mean,
they've started doing that like at the bigger stores there. You can do mobile checkout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did that. We did it. We were at the big store in Epcot.
Yes. Creation?
Creation. And we bought something, and it was kind of nice. I mean, we didn't have to go wait in line somewhere. We did have to find the person to check out with. That was what was kind of frustrating, but it worked great. We got out with our stuff and in a clear bag, and we're on our way. So I'm all for mobile things. I don't like dealing with people that much.
For 7,000 people losing their jobs, so you can.
I am for 7,000 people losing. I guess so.
Would it be weird if that's what it was, or kept getting rid of all the cashiers? All gone, and the photo pass people because we just have the robots to take pictures.
That was the other thing they announced a while back recently, is that they were going to do more of those photo boxes where there's an attendant that stands there. Yeah. A college student, I guess, and they'll be like, stand and smile. So there's no more creative kind of pictures. No. It's just you've got to stand, which we did the Mickey's Toontown Square or whatever, where you can get the picture with it used to be a talking Mickey, and it's just a Mickey that kind of moves around now and gestures, and it was a box. There was a lady standing there, and you did get some candid shots because she would just click. She had the little clicker, I guess, but it still just wasn't the same, and the pictures were like but
the last few pictures I've gotten there, they've been all of it. I could have done better on my phone with myself. Anyways, all right, so that was and then they're cutting a bunch of money, like a ton of money from stuff.
$5.5 billion worth of costs. So what does that mean?
I don't know.
All the upgrades they're doing, or
food, all the food's going on.
Well, I mean, there's already people just seeing the menu for the Woody's barbecue roundup or whatever. It's like, I
wanted to check it out, but then I saw the menu and I'm like, I'm probably going to skip it.
Well, somebody made a point that the menu looked a lot like, and I think we mentioned this last time, looked a lot like Regal Eagle, or I said that somewhere to somebody.
Regal Eagle looks better.
But Regal Eagle is good, Yeah. But the problem is with this restaurant is that it looks way too crowded from what I've heard. And it looks kind of like Midway Mania inside.
Yeah.
So it's not a great restaurant
to family style. So
and it's
going to be expensive for mediocre barbecue.
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, plenty of people will go and eat there.
Yeah, there you go.
And it'll open up to go other places. You can go over to Batu and get you a good old hot dog on a pita.
Ronto wrap. It's not a hot dog.
A sausage. Sorry.
Hot dog.
It's good. I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling it like it is.
Oh, I don't know what I'll be eating the next trip I go. I'll be there in May. I don't know if I'll get a Ronto wrap.
Yeah.
May have other options.
Yeah.
Anyways, I probably will go to Magic Kingdom and get my corn dog because that's a good corn dog.
That's a good wiener. And you might get to ride
Tron,
which opened up to
employees and YouTubers
and guests. Well, it was I watched Tim Tracker's video, and he was a guest of an employee, a cast member. So that's how he got on. And I saw some other YouTubers. I was like, oh, they must have had a media day. And then I watched his, and I was like, oh, it was just you had to be invited still. But but it was interesting. He spent a lot of time. I don't know if you've watched his video, but he spent a lot of time with the vehicles, showing how the ride vehicle works and how the best way to put your knees in. I mean, he spent a ton of time. I had to fast forward a little bit because I was like, okay. But there was a cast member standing there kind of helping him to like figure it out and tell people, which I'm sure they're glad. But that's been a big issue, right? With people trying to ride it. If you're too big, either tall or round, whatever, you might not be able to ride this thing the way that it was originally intended. There is a car in the back, and the only way you can ride that car in the back is if you have a disability or you can't fit into the ride vehicle the normal way. So you can't request it.
Yeah.
But I know somebody that's claustrophobic, and I'm like, would that count? Would they allow them to do that? I don't know. It was interesting. It was cool how you pull the handlebar and it pulls the back down over you, so you kind of have control of how tight it squeezes you and how far you're leaning over.
Till the attendant pushes it down.
They push it down for you. That's right.
It looks weird. The bars are behind your knee. That looks like I saw some guy that couldn't get in it because the bars wouldn't go on his knees.
Yeah.
It looks fun from what I've seen. I haven't watched the whole ride through.
Yeah, they will allow you to wear a GoPro on your chest and ride it. So if you watch Tim Trackers, I know you don't want to watch it, but it shows the whole ride, and it is short. He said not as fun as Guardians, but he liked it a lot. So I don't know. It looks cool. The inside of it looks cool. The queue looks really cool. It's 1 minute long. Okay, that's longer than I thought I saw somewhere else. The queue looks really cool when you're walking through to get to the ride inside. Outside, if you have to stand out there outside of the canopy, the grid, that looks a little bit warm because you're out just in the sun. There's not a lot of shade outside of there, but I don't know how big the queue is really.
Is it one of those rides that you're like, I gotta ride this at night, because it feels like it wouldn't be as cool during
better at night. Yeah, I mean that's only part of the ride. There's a lot of it inside. And that it's a lot like Space Mountain in some ways because it's dark, but you do have a lot more screens and stuff, and a little bit like Guardians, from what I can tell. But it would be much more fun at night, from what I can see, because the grid is all lit up and you're going through it, for this one part. So I don't know. I'm kind of go back and forth. I think it'd be fun though. I just don't wait for a long time. So.
Well, if they're doing the virtual queues, then hopefully,
right,
you don't have to
that long. Yeah,
have to wait that long.
We did the virtual queue for Guardians, and it was maybe I don't know. It felt long. It felt like a lot longer than it should have been to me. Maybe it was 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Yeah. But so it'll still be a little bit. But it's a cool looking inside.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to ride it in May. So I'll probably break down and watch the video before May, because May's still a little ways away.
Yeah, it is a ways away. Again, the cool queue, cool bathroom. They have picked some video of the bathroom. It's kind of plain, but it's kind of cool. I really like Tron. I'm a fan of Tron. It's really cheesy, yes, but I like. Yeah, because of my name. No, of course I work with computers, so it's the idea of being in a computer, or in the bits and the bytes and all that stuff. It's kind of a cool concept, and I like the music from the newer movie. I know it's a cheesy movie, but I like it. So the idea of the ride is interesting to me, and I used to play this one game on my Intellivision a long time ago called Tron's Deadly Discs, and you're throwing these discs across the room and trying to hit these other people. The idea of the ride, though, is that you're racing the blue versus the red team.
Oh.
But you're not. This is my complaint. You're not racing them. Oh. You only see yourself I mean, you have somebody beside you, I guess, but it's you're not racing somebody. That's where I think, and at the end they're like, "You won." What?
Everyone's a winner.
It's like, okay, but sorry. Hope that doesn't give away the ending for anybody.
Well, now I know that I'll win. Really hoping to lose.
It's kind of weird, but it looks fun. It's fast.
I'm going to ride this ride until I lose.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that so Tron is open or is opening. Then at the big meeting today, they announced that Avatar, since it's done so, whatever,
everybody's favorite.
Like the movie, not the movie. The new movie. I know. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's good.
Well, it broke some records, but I mean, I think most people just want to see what it's going to be like, and they do a really good job with the animation and the 3D. Right? That was when the first one came out, everybody was blown away by what they did with the animation and the 3D. It was has been better than anything else. But otherwise, it's okay. I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it.
I mean, I haven't seen.
I've not seen a new one.
What's it been up against, really?
Nothing. Yeah. But I mean, it's broken records though
Yeah.
for
because what else are people going to watch?
Yeah.
Anyways, so since it's been successful, they're
going to do a lot more.
Yeah, they're bringing it to Disneyland.
Somehow.
I'm trying to think, where are they going to put this at Disneyland? Because Disneyland is not like Disney World where there's land everywhere.
Yeah.
There's nothing around. It's like right in the middle of a city,
town. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, they made room for Galaxy's Edge, but they took away stuff. So are they taking away stuff forever? And why are they going to do? Are they just going to do a clone of?
It's an experience.
Oh, so it may not even be a ride.
That's all we know. It's some kind of experience, which could be many things.
It could be like the water walk at the Moana water walk.
Journey of water. Thank you very much.
So water walk. You walk through water. 16 with the 16 stories. Oh!
Leave me alone. I mean, it could even be just a meta quest experience. You remember with the Galaxy's Edge thing you did? No, I mean, it'll be something. It may be a theater, to be honest.
Be one blue guy walking around.
Yeah. It could be just a theater thing that they do that's almost like kind of like a Flight of Passage, but it's in water maybe, but you're sitting in a theater or something. Who knows? I mean, that's, again, we know nothing about it. So
it's going to be a Space Mountain overlay. Instead of being in the dark on Space Mountain, you're just going to see blue people rushing by you.
That's right.
They could have the Met guy. That is true.
Yeah. It could be that they just have people walking around or have this little area that's probably you can interact and get you and be made into an avatar like you can at the store and near Flight of Passage. So
we'll see.
Yep.
So successful.
Well, the land is successful though. Pandora. I know. Yeah. But so maybe that's what they're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So speaking of successful, he also announced Iger, that is. 3 new movies.
No, man. Which
that
we know they're coming, but they're coming soon, is what they're saying. I'm so not excited.
Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
The search for who cares if they're doing Toy Story 5. That's I think the title.
What else can they do?
Well, I've got we've got our ideas.
Yeah.
Frozen 3 and Zootopia 3.
Yeah.
So my daughter's going to be so excited that there's another Frozen. So what I thought we could do for the remainder of our time is give our what ifs, sort of like the what if show, what we think the plots for these movies are going to be. You can make them bad, you can make them legit, and we'll just see what we come up with. Should we start with Toy Story or should we end with Toy Story? We do know that Tim Allen is reprising his role as Buzz Lightyear, or that's what he said anyways.
Yeah,
which that's good. We'll just start with that one. Toy Story 5. It could go 2 ways for me. It could be Toy Story 4 was just a fever dream.
Yeah.
It never happened. And we do something completely different.
Yeah.
I've only seen Toy Story 4 once.
Yep.
And I never wanted to see it again.
Same.
It ends with Andy and Bo Peep, if I remember correctly. They stay at the carnival, right?
At the carnival, yep. I had so the only way I know this is because I went to IMDb this evening before we recorded because I was like, I don't remember what happened. It was,
your favorite movie.
It's not.
So what if Andy, all grown up, has a kid? They go to this carnival.
Okay.
They see Woody in one of the games and he wins it for his son.
Mm.
And then it goes full circle. And Woody comes back home to Andy. And maybe that's how the movie ends or whatever. No? You know what?
Maybe so.
I would like that.
This is where I struggle with it because I don't think they can get away with introducing all new characters. The problem is the last two movies, 3 and 4, were both depressing in some ways, right?
Yeah.
So let's get back to being happy. Have a happy story of some sort.
I just want Andy to bring Woody back home. Just bring Woody home. Because the girl, she doesn't, look what she did to Andy. Just lost him. I hope they wrap it up somehow, and it's not like there's Toy Story 5, and it's like, oh, guess what? There's Toy Story 6 coming, and 7 and 8.
Yeah.
They can just wrap it up good, nice.
It needs to be wrapped up. Yeah.
Don't do something crazy or weird. I think everybody, for the most part, wants Woody to be back with Andy. I mean, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he gets him back, and it turns out his son is is not a good kid, and he's like the
Sid or something. Yeah.
No.
So while my signal's still good, I'll go ahead and say. So here was my thought: is Andy's older, he's got a family, he's got kids. So here come the toys. So there's new toys and old toys. Maybe he does fine. He's got to somehow link up back with at least Woody.
Yeah.
And Buzz apparently, because Tim Allen's going to be there, right? So they've got the toys. My silly part to this is they started a barbecue restaurant, and there's the whole tie back to Disney World. Hey, everybody, go to Disney World. I just want it to end happy and not be a sad movie, or maybe not even end happy, just be happy the whole time. And but I think they're going to introduce new toys like they did Forky.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, could they introduce like Star Wars toys? But no, I think they have to make up toys for the most part, but make it look like these toys have been around forever. That everybody knows them, or new ones. But I think the way they've been doing movies is trying to get new people into them as well, because the original idea
merchandise.
And then the original idea was, let's tug on the heartstrings of the old people, and get them into this and have their kids watch it, but at some point it's probably just going to get weird, and I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be great. Don't get me wrong, but
what if he gets all the toys back, and then the last scene of his son or daughter or whoever playing with the toys, they have all the toys set up, and it looks like Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
So that's like Andy's backyard now, but with their kids. So
maybe so.
That'd be sort of cool.
That was one of the thoughts I had too, is like there won't be a new family necessarily, because maybe there is a new family, but it's always got to come back to Andy, because the park, because it is Andy's park, or sorry, the land. It has his shoe print and all this stuff there, so it's always going to come back to him somehow. That's why I think we've both said it. He's older. He's back somehow, but got the toys. But
we'll see. Sometime in the future. Straight to Disney Plus. No.
Yeah, I guess the reason they announced this week was that these are coming sooner rather than later, because they already said these are coming, that they've got all these movie ideas that are coming, but now they're saying these are the ones we're working on now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Let it go.
Oh gosh.
Well, my daughter's going to be excited for Frozen 3.
Good.
She still loves Frozen. She wants to have her Valentine's Day box for school to be Frozen themed. And I'm like, fun. I'm going to do that. Because I did last year for my son, I did a mouse droid. I made a mouse droid box. Yeah. And it rolled around, and it has I 3D printed the parts, and it was cool. she wants a Frozen theme. I'm like, I don't know. So stick some stickers on the box and be done. I don't know. Anyway, so Frozen 3 is coming. Frozen 2, I'm sure you know the whole synopsis and plot. Anna is basically the queen of Arendelle now. Elsa is living in the woods with the other people, riding water horses or whatever. And I think that's how it left off. Olaf, spoiler alert, died and then came back basically in the second one. They found lost people. They brought them back. Kristoff and did they get married at some point?
I don't know. I think so.
Anyway, so for 3, Frozen has been, I don't know if you call it a series now, but it's been done different than other, because most of these movies you have your princess or whoever, and then you have this Snow White, for example. You have Snow White, and then the villain is the queen, and that's the story. Yeah. Frozen is a little different. There were villains, but not in the
traditional
sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I'm sure there'll be songs, people singing.
There'll be songs, yes. So my idea was that they do have a villain, and it's a new elemental enemy. Is what I put here. Harnessing the power of the sun. His name is Diego.
Oh no.
Keeping it multicultural, and he's going to harness the power of the sun to try to bring Elsa down.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really care for this movie at all. My son. I am Diego. I have watched the first one lots of times. I mean, my son, when he was young, just about any kid when they're little watched this movie, right? But we haven't watched it in years, and we watched the second one, but again, I can't tell you what it was about. So
I will say I like the music in the second one better than the first one. It had some bangers.
Sure.
So Frozen 3, The Return of Cryogenic Walt. Yes. Have you heard the conspiracy theory that the reason that they made Frozen, the movie, is so that when people would Google Disney and Frozen, the first thing that come up would not be Walt Disney's Frozen head. That it would be the Disney Frozen movie.
I mean, that's
why they called it
Frozen. I guess. It is kind of a weird title, right? It's because it's a state of a
this is a liquid. Snow Queen. It's based off the Snow Queen.
It is, but why not call it the Snow Queen or something? Or Elsa. I know, but to your point is what I'm saying. They did give it a name that maybe doesn't necessarily fit it otherwise. I mean, it fits it, but I mean, I don't know.
Somebody did make a movie. It's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, about Walt's frozen head.
Yes, and the guy that recorded, I think this is the one you're talking about. He made it on YouTube, and he went to the parks with this thing that looks like Walt's frozen head, and like snuck it around the parks and made this movie with it. It was really good, And they went into talking about how they made it. I think in part of the video. So yeah, it was cool.
So maybe that's what Frozen 3 is about. It's about Walt's frozen head. Forget Elsa, Anna.
Yes.
We get more Olaf. That's always fun.
Yeah.
So I really can't. I don't know what they'll do, because maybe they found the lost people, so maybe they'll do more with this group that lives out in the woods, because Elsa's with them.
Sure.
There'll be something will try to bring Arendelle down, and they'll have to fix it somehow with love.
Yeah. I again, with this movie and the Toy Story movie, I don't know that it's necessary to keep pushing them on, and I feel like they could ruin things. Somebody in the comments, Vance says Frozen 3 trolls at war, Arendelle trolls versus crazy hair trolls. Yeah. Anna will get some Anna, sorry, we'll get some kind of powers. Yeah.
Do it, the power of love. And then that will be the song for it's power of love. That'll be the song.
Now that's a series that did well with 3 movies, right? Is Back to the Future. And Star Wars did it, and Harry Potter. There's plenty of movies that have done well with sequels, but some of these just don't need to happen. You know, we have an idea for a show that we're going to do sometime, I think, is what, instead of remaking movies, what movies should they have? Let's see. Instead of remaking good movies, what movies should they make better that weren't good a long time ago, or something like that? I forgot what the idea was, but
basically, it's if take bad movies, and remake those bad movies, into good movies.
That's it. That's what I was trying to say.
So you like take Toy Story 3 or 4, you would make it into
not make it at all. Now I'm trying to remember. I think I was okay with the movie, but it just wasn't my favorite, and it wasn't one that I wanted to go back and see. So I mean, Toy Story 4. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't one that I would go back and watch like the first 2,
like
1 and 2. Yeah, and they were fine. It's like it didn't need to keep going, but they felt like they needed to.
Yeah. Well, we get more Anna, we get more Elsa.
Sure.
We get more
Trolls,
Olaf.
probably. Olaf, Sven, Kristoff.
There will be a Trolls plot. All the trolls are dying, and no one knows why. They've ran out of magic mushrooms.
It's about drugs.
Anna goes on a quest to find the mushrooms to save the kingdom of the trolls with her new sidekick, Little Trolley. It's just a movie that trolls us all. And then the final movie that they have announced, Zootopia 2. Search for the Animal Kingdom.
I actually watched this movie. I've seen it so many times, but I watched it this weekend. I wanted to watch something that I hadn't watched in a while, and I was down on my back, and it's like, let's watch this.
Well, and were you watching on the dining room floor?
I was not on the dining room floor at that point. I actually had gotten my muscle relaxers at that point, and I was in a recliner, so I was.
That made the movie really different.
So yeah, and Derek in the comments says another movie nobody asked for. Yeah, it's true, but I have an idea of what it probably is.
Oh,
it's so just buckle in. And here's what's going to happen. You ready? All right. So do you remember Chief Bogo? He's the big, not bison or whatever he is, right? Yeah, so he retires. He's retiring.
Just thought you said something else.
Chief Bogo.
Cheese Bogo. Like, I want to get one free, please.
Yeah. So Judy Hopps becomes Chief Hopps. She's in charge. Yeah. Okay. We've gone down the line here. She's been around long enough. And Nick Wilde's still there. He's lieutenant or whatever, No,
he's still detective, because you know what? He lives his own life. He's not all about the power. He's still,
So Clawhauser, if you'll remember, the cheetah, the fat cheetah at the front, he's actually going to get his shot, and he's going to he's a recruit. He's just starting to
the main character.
Not be the main character, but he's the funny guy that's going out and trying to catch these criminals or whatever, and he's always doing these stupid things and getting donuts stuck in his neck rolls or whatever, because that's what he did. So as with any movie like this, where this happens, where somebody's taking over, everything goes wrong.
Of course,
right? There's lots of crime, lots of problems. And there's all these crimes happening all over Zootopia. It turns out that all these crimes are being caused by her brothers and sisters, because there's like hundreds of those other rabbits. Describing Police Academy for me. So there's all these robberies happening. It ends up being all her brothers and sisters because they're jealous of her and they're tired of living in Bunny Burrow.
Oh.
And they have the advantage because there's so many of them that they're difficult to track or stop because they're all over town. They're trying to track all these the crimes that are happening all over the place, and they get down on themselves, Judy and Nick, and they're just like, what do we do? And I'm doing a terrible job. It's like, no, you're doing a good job. It's just this thing's going on. I'll never be as good as Bogo. So they finally get a plan and lure the bunnies back to Bunny Burrow, and we all learn a good family lesson.
Oh, so they don't get punished for their crimes?
I mean, they probably do, but it's all bringing family back together.
I'm thinking, I like how you say he's retiring. Judy Hopps becomes the chief.
Yeah.
But something happens, and the mayor says, you're out, Judy.
Oh.
And so the story is her getting back to being chief by the end. They're like, you messed up.
Yeah.
What we can guarantee is we will see more of the sloth. He will be there.
Yeah, he will be there.
Driving his fast car.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character.
Flash, 100-yard dash. Yeah, he was one of the high points of the movie. I remember watching the video of him telling the joke and being real slow and in that whole scene in the DMV and just laughing so hard at that, when I first saw it. And so he'll definitely be there. I think Clawhauser will be there just because they got to have some goofy guy doing something. But again, he's not just doing the same job. He's doing something more. So
yeah. She's going to fail somehow, and then by the end, redemption.
Yeah, there's a redemption and family lesson and all that. But
probably not Shakira.
Probably not Shakira doing the music. Could be. Who knows?
She in jail.
Oh, is she? I don't know about that.
Wait. Now I'm wondering. Wasn't there some kind of tax thing?
What if Judy is the bodyguard to Shakira? Yeah, that could. But again, like somebody said I think Derek might have said it in the chat here, is nobody's asking for this movie or any of these movies, and it just stinks because there's no. It feels like we've said this for years in different formats, not on this show, but just any movie that comes out, there's no new ideas anymore, and you just got to keep squeezing it out. And I mean, even with the series I mentioned earlier, Back to the Future, it was just the same thing rehashed basically over and over, but they did a really good job.
Well, she could go to jail for 8 years.
Oh,
for
provocative dancing or something.
Tax evasion.
Oh, that's what they do. And superstars.
So I guess she could still do her voiceover work in jail.
I mean, the acoustics there.
Oh.
Pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
Me. Oh. Sorry. Anyways, so they better get on that before she gets in jail.
Yeah.
They probably won't do Shakira though. They'll do some other pop star. They'll do like some other pop star.
There's some really weird ones out there now, so they'll pick one of those, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Bodyguard Shakira. That's so funny. Okay, so yeah, I think it's going to be. I don't want to say more of the same for all of these movies, but probably more of the same, right?
Yeah, more of the same.
They're like, here's the formula. Let's just keep doing it.
Yeah, and you know what doesn't give me hope is Buzz Lightyear. With what they did with Buzz Lightyear, which it was a different movie. It was a whole new movie, but it was just had a lot of hope for it, and it wasn't that great. So it's like, are these going to kind of fall to the same?
Well, Toy Story 4 wasn't that great. So
yeah,
I'm probably thinking we're sort of in that. Okay, when we grew up in the VHS days, if you're listening and you don't know what that is, just go look it up. You had, let's say, Little Mermaid. You had the Little Mermaid, and then you had Little Mermaid 2, straight to VHS or whatever. DVD. I feel like we're in that age now where they had a bunch of hits in Frozen and Toy Story.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe Zootopia. I don't know if it was a big hit for them, but they're doing the straight to DVD, straight to VHS. But instead of straight to DVD, straight to VHS, it's their main thing now. Like Frozen 2, Frozen 3, Frozen 4, 5, 6, 7, and it will one day just be like, and they're doing this with some of them, straight to Disney Plus. And some of these could be straight to Disney Plus. We don't know. Zootopia,
yeah, they could. Yeah.
It reminds me of the ones like I didn't know there was a Lion King 3.5 or whatever it was.
Right, I was going to say, yeah.
So it's like that, but different for today. Now they know they can make a lot of money.
Well, they know kids will watch anything, and parents will buy these things that they know they can just throw it in, and the kids will sit there and watch it over and over again.
They did show off a new Frozen animatronic for Japan, maybe.
Yes, they did. Yeah, it's for Tokyo. They had for their new Frozen.
It looks good.
Experience. Yeah, it was very animated and
animatronics like that over here.
I don't know. I think they have more different resources there of people that can do those things, and maybe the cost of that kind of thing is cheaper because it's easier to get. I don't know, or maybe it's not well made. It seems like it's well made though. So
it looks really
it's kind of disappointing.
Like the Beauty and the Beast ride that they did over there, the animatronics look fantastic. And here we get the screens, that one in Avatar is good. Looks good. I don't know. I think they should change it out. The Frozen with the Frozen ones that we have at Epcot, they should change it to the new ones. Okay. All right, so that's the movies. We'll see. They could be good or they could be not so good. It could be a one and done.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope they're great. I hope they do well. I hope it's revives these series. Of course, Zootopia, they're talking about adding a land. And again, I love the Zootopia movie. I just hope they can not ruin it. But they are talking about a Zootopia land somewhere, or there's rumors at least. So this is going to help that. Toy Story doesn't need any help. I don't know.
Here's my only thing.
Yeah.
Because of the recent movies they put out, and I'll probably get hate for it. I don't care. Whatever. I'm hoping that these 3 movies, they go back to where they make Toy Story, Frozen, Zootopia. They make them for kids, and they're just fun, family-friendly, family-friendly movies that have no agenda behind them.
No agenda, right.
It's just like it's a good time. We can just watch it as a family and have fun. That's all I want from Disney movies. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I live in the real world. I see the real world every day. I don't need the real world in Disney movies. So let's just have fun with these. Put a good story out there that kids will love. I know controversy creates cash, but we don't need it to. Just let the stories create the cash. I hope they do that, and it's just going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's possible anymore to have just a fun movie that's just a movie. It's got to have some kind of meaning, or somebody's going to make a meaning out of it that they didn't intend for, And so it's unfortunate, but I'm with you. Yeah, I hope they can.
It can be done. I mean, Moana was a great movie. There wasn't really anything behind that.
That's true. I mean, it did, but it was like it was an encouraging thing. It wasn't an agenda like the government's bad or something, or everybody's got a dark soul or whatever. I
agree with Derek. Soul was good.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Just stick with making fun Disney movies that kids can just have fun with.
Yeah.
All they need to be. Just fun movies.
Yeah.
I want to watch movies with an agenda. I'll watch, I don't know, something. What else? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. Take it or leave it.
Hey, that's why we're here. We get to say whatever we want to.
We may lose
freedom of speech, America.
People may quit watching, but there's not that many watching anyway.
Right.
Oh man. Anyways, see the comments have stopped. They're like, oh,
I know. Yeah, they're tuning out.
How dare he wanted just a fun movie. Speaking of fun, Disney, if they do nothing else, just give me more Bluey, because I'm in my 40s, and man, Bluey is a fun. That's a
Yeah.
fun show that the whole family can just sit down and laugh. It's so good. I strive to be more like Bingo. No, not Bingo. Bandit. Little girl. I strive to be more like Bandit every day.
Yeah.
Dad of all dads. I'm sure, Catron, you watch Bingo, or you watch
Bluey. Actually, we've not watched a single full episode of it. I've seen parts of it.
Watch it right now.
The show that my son has watched, I think 3 times through, like the series, is Big City Greens, and that's another one that's just a silly show that has no meaning. Yes, we just have a comment in the YouTube chat. When does the Super Bowl talk start? That's this podcast, right? No.
I'll do it right here.
Okay, great.
I had the biggest bowl of pineapple today. It was just the right amount of sweetness.
Nice.
I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles.
This was more of our podcast. Did you see the script for the Super Bowl's already been leaked, and we know who wins?
Yes, I saw the score on Wikipedia or something.
And there's your Super Bowl talk.
So they did do a simulation with Madden as well to see what would happen, and I think it was this. I don't know if that's where it came from or if this was just another one, but there's a lot of rumors. Like, people legitimately think, and I don't know, I don't watch it enough to know whether or not this could be true, but that that the NFL is scripted, that that they're making moves to try to get certain teams to win, all these things. Even with NBA, they say they're doing this.
Stranger things have happened.
So I don't know.
Why can't
it's possible, I guess.
It'd be like wrestling.
Yeah.
It'd be like pro wrestling. You know, the outcome is made, but everything leading up to the outcome just sort of happens. Now we've turned into a different podcast.
This is the speculation, or the.
I have read. I'm with Derek here. I have read articles all about this, that the NFL is scripted. Yes, and they even say it in their like verbiage of stuff that they are entertainment.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That they're not a sports, whatever. That they're entertainment. It makes sense. There's a lot of money in it.
There is. It's a very dangerous game, but
yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, and that is the Super Bowl talk.
You came here for Super Bowl. We give it to you.
There will be
hard facts.
Will be some fun commercials probably that I think most of them already been put out.
I know. Yeah.
Anyways,
we get more excited about like what food are we gonna make? We'll watch it. We don't keep up with NFL too much. We do kind of towards the end of the season just to see what's going to happen. But our biggest thing is like, what meal can we make? What charcuterie board can we make? And so one of the things we've started making is called a Denver omelet. Have you ever had a Denver omelet? It's where you make your omelet in a waffle iron. And it's a waffle, except you don't put syrup on it, but it's really good. So we're like, we can do some of the Denver omelets, put some other stuff on this big board, and have all this
different shaped omelet.
It's just a waffle shaped omelet.
That's called a Denver omelet.
Denver, I guess.
Do you have since you have a Denver omelet, for like a side, do you put like Rocky Mountain oysters there as a side?
No. We decided against those.
If you don't know what that is, go Google it.
Go Google it.
So that's good. So you're going to have omelets.
Other things.
Theme it to the teams.
So like some. Yeah, I'm not going.
Kansas City barbecue.
Kansas City barbecue. Ugh, that's not. Come on. What are they thinking?
Well, who is the Eagles? You can't eat Eagles.
You have Philly cheesesteaks is what you
Philly?
have. Oh, I could do that. But no.
Maybe that's how we should choose barbecue. Be like, what food do they have that we like better?
Yeah.
So out of those, I would be like, the Philly cheesesteak. So I want them to win.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So Kansas City barbecue is not good to me. It's I'm a barbecue snob, I guess, but but their big thing is burn ends. You got to get some burn ends.
Yeah.
It's like
this episode is taking a weird turn. I blame it on
when
you.
Does it not? When does it not take a weird turn? Right?
That's why we're so fun.
That's right.
That's how you know that we're not scripted like the NFL.
we don't come up with a script.
See this paper here? This paper?
There's nothing on it. We don't plan at all. Oh yeah, it does. It's an outline. Outline.
It says this is episode 264. Chris isn't here, so don't say his name. Anyways, I think that this is a good place to wrap it up. Super Bowl is this Sunday, and there will be a Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and Zootopia trailer in the Super Bowl.
No, probably not.
Watch for it. They're going to be there.
But there will be trailers.
Yeah.
There will be new movie trailers. That's what somebody mentioned. I think Vance mentioned in the chat there. There will be new trailers. I don't know if they'll do another Quantum Mania. I hope not. I don't want. I'm good. Like, don't give me too many more spoilers. I don't know what else is coming out soon. Maybe there'll be Mandalorian. I'm sure because that's coming out in a few weeks from now. At this point,
I can't wait.
So yeah, maybe those two things.
Cool. All right. Again, if you like kyber crystals, especially ones that work in cyber, good gracious, Savi's lightsabers from Galaxy's Edge, check out I Am Geek Shop on Etsy, and you can buy all the kyber crystals you want, and I'll make them.
Did you see that they now have all of the scrap pieces that are available now? Yeah,
at East and West, but now
I'm sorry, yes, at East now.
But they haven't dropped the price at East. It's still the same $249.
Yeah.
At East, but West is like $219.
It went down a bit, and I wonder if it's due to less people buying out there and more people buying.
There's more. It's very hard to get a reservation at Disney World because of all the, tourists. And at Disneyland, it's easier to get one because it's just locals pretty much. I mean, there are tourists, but there's more tourists at Disney World. Yeah. So I don't foresee the price going down there. And I don't foresee me getting a new one.
The one I saw with the Elemental that they just released, I was like, oh, that's okay.
I like one piece on that. I like one of the emitters.
Yeah.
I like one of the pommels. But, I don't know. I think I'm good on Savi's.
Well, good.
I just printed new pieces for one of my Savi's to make it look like Cal Kestis's new lightsaber from Jedi Survivor that I'll never get to play because it's on PS5 and I don't have one. For maybe a costume for something.
Yeah.
And I will be carrying the lightsaber around with me for the May the 4th trip, and I didn't want to carry one of the big heavy ones. So I was like, if I just 3D print all the pieces,
you can control the weight.
A lot lighter.
Yep.
So I know it's on Xbox too, but I just have a PS4. I don't have a new system. Thanks for reminding me, Derek the Frank. All my money goes to other things. Right now, anyways. I'll probably get a PS5 one day.
Yeah.
One day when it goes.
We all do.
When the PS8 comes out, I will be getting the PS5.
That's right. That's how I've always been. I've always been like a generation or a few years behind. The Xbox One I actually got in on pretty quickly, but but for a longest time I was always behind. The PlayStation 4 that I have was given to me, so I at some point I'm gonna have to do it. But I do have the Xbox Game Pass. We do it on PC and Xbox, and it's crazy. All the games.
Yeah, the reason I would get a PS5, we can go, but is because the only reason I get one, why I would get that instead of an Xbox is so I would get probably the disc version. That way, I could play all my PS4 games.
Yeah.
On different rooms if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm carrying my PS5 to different rooms, depending on what room is available. Not PS5, PS4, for me to play in.
Yep.
Anyways, all right. Well, YouTube, we may hang out for a little bit, but we're going to wrap up the show right here. But this has been episode 264 of I'm Geek, and we will be back with you next week. Hopefully, Chris will be back with us with something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky. You got it. You got it. I heard you say it out there. See you next time.
Bye-bye.